17.72 seconds to catch a fish at Lake Kittamaqundi using this guy. 17 seconds is all it took. This rig right here, this rig is a fish catching machine. We got the Berkley Gulp minnows. They're 1-inch minnows. We got a pack of floats, and we got a pack of 1/200th of an ounce jig heads, and we are going to catch plenty of panfish. So with that being said, this rig is so effective, I'm going to go to multiple locations. I'm going to take my phone, we're going to go to a spot, I'm going to start the stopwatch, I'm going to make a cast, see how long it takes for me to catch a fish. Once I catch a fish, we're going to drive to a different location and catch another. So I'm going to run out of gas today. Spend a lot of money in gas. This is an expensive video, man. Gas is through the roof right now, boy. So I'm doing that. That's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna prove to you that this right here needs to be in your tackle box at all times, or in your car, because a lot of times us fishermen are driving down the road and we're rubbernecking. Not because of an accident, simply because we saw a body of water and we're like, is there a fish in there? This rig right here, a couple seconds, tie it on, you can figure out if a fish is in that body of water, just like that. So without further ado, let's tie this bad boy on. We're gonna go to some random spot. We're gonna get the stopwatch going, and we're gonna catch some fish. And I'm gonna show to you that this needs to be in your tackle box. Let's do it. So before we get started, let me show you the goods here. All right, so we got the Berkley Gulp minnow. This is a 1-inch or 2-centimeter minnow in the chartreuse shad. They make multiple different colors. For me personally, just to figure out if there's a fish in a body of water, this chartreuse is the killer, man. They got some smelt colors, some natural shad looking things, but just get the chartreuse, man. Just get a pack of these. I would actually highly suggest just getting the little jug. They have a little container, plastic container, screw lid. Little bit, you know, you get more baits, kind of save a couple dollars. You know, these are a little bit expensive in regard to, you know, what you get in here. So just buy the little jug. It'll last you a long time. And honestly, you can reuse them as long as you don't shred them up. But, you know, nonetheless, I would suggest buying that. We got a pack of trout magnet. This is 1/200th of an ounce, size 14 hook. These things are super light, and this is a critical step in this rig, because you want this bait to fit on this 1-inch minnow, but also you want this thing to slowly fall so that fish will grab it. And then lastly, a pack of floats. I got a small pack of weighted floats, just so you can get a little bit more cast distance. These are weighted, as you can see in the bottom, and that's all you need, man. Doesn't have to be a weighted float. I prefer them in this given situation. But pack Gulp minnows, 1/200th of an ounce jigs. You can get these at, you know, your local tackle shop. If not, I would highly suggest checking out any kind of fly shop. Bass Pro has a fly department. You can find some very small jigs, and that's what you want for this situation. So let's get this thing tied on. Like I said earlier, we're gonna go ahead and drive around. We're gonna hit multiple different spots, literally just to show up, stopwatch, catch one fish. Let's do it. Before we get fishing, I gotta get a coffee. Double D. I'm tired of calling you out in these videos. Sponsors, something, please. So we are officially rigged up, ready to go. So what we're gonna do, before I make a cast, we're gonna take my stopwatch. I hope you can see that. I don't know if you can or not, but it is set to 0. I'm gonna press start. I'm gonna make a cast and see how long it takes for me to catch a fish, and then we're gonna go to another spot and we're gonna repeat the process. So right now, start. All right, I'm gonna make a cast. There we go. Oh, I missed him. I missed him. Oh, stopwatch. There we go. There we are. Boom. Fish number 1. Oh, stop. Okay. 26.6 seconds to catch my first fish using this Gulp minnow. And it's a little dinky dink, but the point of this video is the most effective way to catch fish. And this bait right here will catch you so many fish all the time. So, beautiful little sunfish. There we go, we're good. This was Wild Lake, Columbia. We're gonna go to another spot and keep on doing this. That was 26 seconds. I'm gonna see if I can break that at the next spot. Actually, while I'm at it, let's go ahead and just show you. So, you wanna keep these things wet and the juices and whatnot that comes in the pack. That's why earlier I strongly suggest getting the bottle or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, but it's so much easier to hold on to these baits because these do dry out the moment you, not the moment you open them, but if you don't keep that thing sealed up, kind of mix them around a little bit, they're going to dry out on you. But once again, that's that. I caught 3 fish real quick on that bait. The other 2 didn't count because the purpose was to see how fast it took to catch the first one, 26.6 seconds. We're going to go ahead and take this bad boy to another location and repeat the process over and over and over and over again to prove to you that this rig is the most effective way to catch fish. I mean, keep it in your tackle box at all times. Anytime you're passing a body of water, this is what you want to throw to see if there's any fish in it. Sometimes you may catch some bigger panfish, sometimes you may catch some little ones. That's up to what's in there. All I'm simply saying is this thing catches fish. So let's go to another spot. This is Wild Lake in Columbia, Maryland. We're gonna head over to another spot and catch some more fish. All right, next spot, Lake Kittamaqundi. This is right out by the Columbia Mall. So we're gonna walk on down. We're gonna tie on another gulp minnow. We're gonna start the stopwatch and see how long it takes to catch a fish in here. Stay tuned. All right, the beautiful Lake Kittamaqundi. And again, that was 26.63 seconds. I do not know if you can see that or not, and I apologize if you can't. You may just have to take my word for it. Hold on, it's lit up. There it is. So that was Wild Lake. It took 26.63 seconds. We're at Lake Kittamaqundi. We are going to go ahead and reset that to 0. I'm going to tie on one of these gulp minnows and we're going to repeat the process. 1 fish. I'm going to get out of here and go to another spot. We're going to keep on keeping on. All right. It's a little windy, so I'm going to put these in my pocket so they don't blow away. That would be terrible. That's one way to cut the video short. I guess I could go drive all the way down and get another pack of them, but I don't feel like doing that. But I would, because I'm already in it to win. Somehow I got the same one that I just used. That's fine, no big deal. All right. Got this in my hand. Let's get my phone back on. We're gonna start the stopwatch. We are at 0 seconds. Start. All right. Drop this thing in. Make a cast. See how long it takes. This water's a little bit deeper, man. There it is. Perfect. Oh, stop, watch. Stop. Cool. Another little guy, man. Weren't you just at Wild Lake? I could have sworn you were just at Wild Lake, bud. 17.72 seconds to catch a fish at Lake Kittamaqundi using this guy. 17 seconds is all it took. 17 seconds is all it took. On the same bait that I used at Wild Lake. So we're gonna head over to another spot. I actually may make a cast or 2 more, but we're gonna head over to another spot and try it again. Some here. I'm just gonna let this thing go out a little bit. So this bait has such a slow fall to it, and it's such a natural presentation to any fish, man. And it just catches, man. It's a catching machine. I'm not promising you massive fish. I'm not promising you, well, I'm in the grass right there. Oh, it came right up the grass and grabbed it. Definitely not promising you massive fish. Although if you do get in a school, you're pan fishing, you got some decent bluegill or crappie or whatever, man, you'll do well with this bait, man. It's small profile, but you'll do really well with this bait all the time, man. This thing is a fish catching. Try to move them over here. See, they all just shoot up right for it. This guy grabbed it and I got him, and I just lost my bait. So this guy costed me my bait. But once again, man, tons of little fish just swarm over top of that. They're getting smaller and smaller. There's a couple decent ones in there. So to target the bigger fish, this bait does come in bigger sizes, heavier jigs, to get down there further where the bigger fish hang would be my suggestion. You know, because unfortunately with this really light bait, what's going to happen is those smaller fish are going to be able to corral that bait faster than those bigger fish, so they're going to get to it first, hence why you're going to catch more smaller fish. But once again, the point of this is to show you how effective this rig is. It took 17 seconds to literally show up, put a bait on, start the stopwatch, cast it. 17 seconds later, I caught a fish. So we're going to go to another spot. This is Lake Kittamaqundi in Colombia. This is perfect. All right, 0. New body of water. Let's get this bad boy ready. All right, start. Put it down. And the brush pile. Uh-oh, this may take a little bit longer. Oh. Let's get closer to that brush over there. Is another little, oh, I gotta stop the watch. Little over a minute on this one. 1 minute, 2 seconds. Little fat one, man, little guy, little fatty. All right, well, now that we caught one, let's see if we can catch another. There we go. A little bit bigger. Not massive, but I'll take that. Yeah, I just wanted to see if I could get a bigger one in here with this deeper water. There's no grass. Kind of had a good feeling that there was a couple decent panfish lurking in this brush, so kind of wanted to see if I can get one bigger fish. Spot number 4. This is some roadside pond. I've actually never fished this thing before, and I'm hoping I don't end up falling in here. So I don't even know if there's any fish in here. But that's what I was saying. This rig is perfect to figure this out. Okay. Well, we're rigged up. We got our jig. That could have been a turtle. That could have been anything. I don't know what that was. Goodness gracious. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead. Never fished this. Ever. Figure we try something different too. So we're going to start. Put the phone down. Stopwatch going. We're going to make our first cast and see if there's any fish in here. Ooh, there is. Man, it is all day with these little guys, but goodness gracious, this thing is too small. Oh, stopwatch. Oh. 26.61 seconds. Done deal. I'm gonna fish this a little bit though. I'm gonna fish this a little bit more. Because this, something tells me there may be something decent lurking in this little pond. Maybe we end up catching a bass or something. There's another one. Little guy again. Real little guy. Yeah, I'm not promising you massive fish. I'm not. That is not the point of this video. He knocked that little gulp minnow off. But I am promising you a nice little alternative to literally do what I'm doing here. I mean, this is why I have this rig on me, is to fish areas like this. Because you just don't know, man. You know, once you know there's fish in here, well, you could break out the Senko, break out the top water. It's gonna be a pretty sweet spot for top water, man. But knowing that there's, missed him. I lost my minnow. Let me tie another one on and keep fishing this for a second. But like I was saying, you know, you're just using this to gauge, to see if there's fish. I don't even know where I'm at. Well, I know where I'm at, but never fished here. Never fished here. So I'm gonna tie on another bait. I'm just gonna fish this for a little bit because it took a little bit of walking to get back here, man. I saw it on the GPS. It's not private property. Had to walk through the woods a little bit to find this thing, but we found something, and I'm gonna fish it for a little bit since I had to put in a little bit of effort to get here. And I really do wish I brought some other stuff, but it's okay. I'll come back. I shortened up on the float a little bit just to give me a little bit more cast distance to get up close to this structure. Oh man, missed him. That was a bite. That was a bite. There we go. Man, I got half a mind to get back to the car and grab some other equipment. But I think we're gonna keep on moving. We'll hit one more spot. Try a pond. We hit 2 lakes, we hit a reservoir, we hit this pond. And then I think one more pond to round it out. Or maybe another reservoir, I don't know. That's to be determined. That is to be determined. But I think we're gonna make another video coming back here, man, because I got this feeling. This spot may hold some really nice fish. Nice bass or something like that. You just never know, man. You just never know. I just heard another big splash back there. Whatever it is, I ain't gonna be able to catch on this little thing right now. So, time to trek it back to the car and go to another spot. I got faith in this. I got faith in this, man. I'm gonna bring a buzz bait in here early in the morning one time. I'm gonna walk around this thing. I'm coming back to this. This ain't the last time I fished here. I don't know when I'm gonna fish here again, but this is not the last time I fished this little spot, this little pond. So, I'll be back. We're heading to another spot, and we're gonna try to set the stopwatch again, but we may not be able to fish it. Simply put, looks like we're gonna get smacked with a pretty big thunderstorm. So with that being said, we'll see. We'll see if we get there in time and we're able to fish it or not. Hopefully we do. This is a spot that I fished in a previous video. Only fished it the one time that day, and I'm heading back, which is kind of cool, man. You know, I found a new spot that video, just hopping on the GPS and seeing what I can find. So we're gonna head there. Now I know it's there, and we're gonna see if we can catch some more fish with the gulp minnow. That roadside pond down the hill was a success. I mean, I caught fish in it, you know, and kind of the whole point of this video is to teach you, you know, a simple rig to just catch fish, you know, to simply see if a fish is even there, you know, if you find a spot just like that. So it kind of worked out that I was able to do that in this video, and it worked. I'm kind of curious if there's anything bigger hiding in there, but you know, we'll see. Otherwise, you know, I'll make another trip back to that spot one of these days. But in the interim, we're gonna head to the pond in which I fished in a previous video. And we're gonna see if we can catch another fish. Maybe a big fish, man. Maybe we get lucky and smack a big panfish in this video. Who knows? You never know. So stay tuned and we'll figure that much out. Alright, I gotta hurry up. I think I have just enough time to pull this off. I got everything. I do. Alright, I got bait, got the rod, that's all I need. Back to this pond, baby. Back to this pond. So I wound up here a couple weeks ago. I was simply actually just trying to break in this fishing rod. I bought some mini spinner baits and I wanted to go ahead and like break both of those things in one. And that whole day took me on an adventure to catch a fish. And I kept striking out, looking at like roadside ponds and stuff. And eventually I found this spot and I wound up here and I caught 3 bass, which was awesome, man. It was cool, man. You know, new spot, new rod, new bait, 3 fish, and it was a blast. I had a good time. So I'm coming back here again, trying to beat out this storm to catch my last panfish with the bait, the gulp minnow. I'm gonna time this bad boy too. The longest it took was a little over a minute at the reservoir, at the bigger body of water, in one of those little coves, a lot deeper water, not that much structure, you know. Well, there is, but you really got to get it down there. And with this little float, can't really make the cast to where I know it is. So, but I wanted to try it anyway. I did kind of hug the shoreline a little bit, you know, just kind of kept it simple. But it's all good. All right, we're gonna try it one more time. See if we can catch one more right before the thunderstorm hit. Stopwatch started. Bait's in the water. All right. Running all around. That took 42 seconds. 42 seconds. So we got hit with the thunderstorm. The trip kind of got cut short. I was kind of planning on spending a little bit of time there, but it seems like every time I go to that spot, I'm getting wet, which is okay by me because I'm catching fish there, so I'll take it. So just to sum up this video, you know, we fished Wild Lake, we fished Lake Kittamaqundi, we fished Triadelphia Reservoir, we fished a roadside pond, and we fished Warfield Pond, which is a spot that I previously fished in another video. So, and we caught fish in under, I'll say, a minute and 10 seconds in every given spot. And honestly, the biggest body of water took the longest. But aside from that, man, I mean, we're catching them, you know, under 30 seconds, which is pretty sweet. So, you know, on average, probably about 35, 40 seconds to just drop that bait in the water and catch a fish. So one more time, just to, you know, if you're looking for a bait that you can figure out if any body of water has fish in it to be caught, that is the bait that you want to fish. If you want to take, you know, the family out, the kids, you know, and nobody wants to touch the worm. I don't like touching worms. I don't like fishing with worms. I mean, I will. I've done it my whole life, but I don't want to get my hands dirty if I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that bait is perfect to substitute, you know, because you're going to catch equally as many fish on that bait. So once again, secret weapon to have in your tackle box is that gulp minnow a 1/200th of an ounce jig, a float of your choice. I recommend a smaller float. Nonetheless, you should have that rig in your box at all times because it catches fish. May not be the biggest fish in the world, but it catches fish. And sometimes it ain't about the biggest. I mean, if you just need bait fish, there you go. You can find so many different reasons to have that rig in your box, in your car at all time, on your travels. Anytime you see a body of water and you're rubbernecking, looking at it, you know, pull over, toss that thing in there. You'll get your answer fairly quickly. So till next time, see you.